Hey guys, welcome to this video. Chances are, if you are watching this video, you've been sent this video by someone, you are trying to figure out how to break into the world of trading, okay, and eventually go on to get funded, okay. I've got good news for you. In this video, we're going to be going over the exact blueprint that helped me go from being a beginner to a funded trader, and I have helped others do the same using this exact strategy, and I'm giving it all away to you for free in this video. Okay, so this is your step-by-step guide, literally not just for surviving the game of trading, but how to excel in the game of trading, how to make consistent profits, how to manage your mindset, right, and how to make the money without all the stress that came from not having the right guidance, like I did in my first when I first started out. Okay, so if you've been unsure or stuck, unsure of where to start, right, literally grab your notepad, grab your pen, start taking notes, because we're going to get into it. So guys, this is the exact strategy that got me funded in one trade. Okay, so before anything, let's get first things first. You need to understand how to master the basics. Before you can make any real profit from the market, you have to understand the basics, right? You need a foundation. You can only build a house on top of a foundation. So if you don't have a solid foundation and understanding of the technicals and stuff like that, you're not going to make it very far in this game at all. So there are certain terminologies that you need to understand. So for example, pips. What is a pip? A pip is literally the smallest movement in price between a currency pair. It's literally like a measure. If you're looking at a chart, sometimes you're looking at, like, if you're going back to science and stuff, you'll look at charts and you'll have like centimeters or time or whatever on the axis, right? We just move in pips, okay? Spread. What is spread? Spread is the difference between the buy and the sell of a currency pair. Okay, buy and the sell of a currency pair. What is that difference? Leverage, okay, the amount of capital you can control with a smaller deposit. However much you're able to put in is how much capital you can control. But it can also magnify your profits and your losses. So that's why you want to leverage your capital, but you don't want to over leverage, because it can go both ways, right? There's things like equity, position sizing, lot sizing, slippage, understanding bullish and bearish trends, understanding when the market is rallying up, when the market is distributing, when the market is accumulating, when the market is consolidating, right? What are the inducements? What levels is price going to induce to be able to continue on its journey and distribute in the direction that we once hoped? So now that you've got some of those down, right, there's a lot more in the full in-depth training. Right, now that you've got those down, it's time to choose your trading platform. There are a ton of brokers you can use out there, right? There are a ton of brokers you can use, but you need to find one that suits your needs. You need to find one that suits your bank account size. You need to find one that suits your personality and your edge as a trader. Okay, so look for a reliable look for a reliable broker. Look for a broker that has good customer support, and a broker that is easy to use, because that's going to be very, very important and very, very pivotal to making your journey as smooth sailing as possible. Me personally, I use MetaTrader 5. You could use TradeLocker if you so wish to, but yeah, set up an MT5 demo account so that once you've got your strategy in play, you can start placing trades on your demo account as soon as possible and get your skills sharpened up. So next thing, develop a winning strategy. Okay, as much as we know our technicals, we need a strategy that we know is going to help us win. We need a strategy that's going to allow us to take A+ setups every single time, not only taking those A+ setups, but allowing us to capitalize off them, manage our risk well, right, and maintain consistent profits from this market. So how do we do that, right? How do we actually do that, right? So this is my breakdown. If you haven't seen my YouTube already, I've got a video on my YouTube which talks about how I managed to pass a funded account in one trade, and I broke down the exact strategy that helps me to do so, and the exact strategy I teach to my students for them to be able to mimic and get consistent profits for themselves, right? So it's about having a solid plan and sticking to it. Having a solid plan and sticking to it. Your strategy must be consistent. Okay, so me, I understand my daily bias. Where is the market going from for the day? I do top-down analysis. What is the market doing on a higher time frame versus a lower time frame? How can I build up a narrative by understand what's going on different time frames? I check the news. Is there any news that's going to make the market volatile today? I wait for my session to open. I don't enter before my session because I'm not interested in anything before my session. I wait for Wyckoff to form, whether that's a Wyckoff distribution or a Wyckoff accumulation based on whether we're buying or selling that day. I wait for it to change character to the direction I think it's going to go. And then I wait for it to pull back to my point of interest, which might be an order block, an imbalance, the 50% or the 786. Okay. I wait for the market to play out, right? Once I've got a confirmation that this is the point I'm going to enter from, I wait for the market to play out. I've entered, wait for the market to play out. I've taken my partials along the way to my TP, and I've moved my stops and trailed my stops. I might have moved my stops to break even, or I might trail my stops into profit, just in case the market decides to reverse against me for whatever reason. But strategy is nothing. If you don't have risk management, strategy is nothing. If you don't control your risk, you will lose all the money you made, plain and simple. Yes, you can make it back, but you'll just lose it again. And we don't want that. We want our money to compound, right? So you need to start by understanding your risk to reward ratio. For example, if you're going to risk 1% of your capital to make 3% or 5%, that means if you lose a trade, it's not going to destroy your account, and you're setting yourself to weather the storm. So trading is a game about survival of the fittest. How long can you stay in this game long enough for losses to not wipe you out, right? So set stop loss orders. Don't chase the market, right? Let the market come to you, and don't fall into the trap of trying to get rich quick, because if you don't focus on this, you will lose a lot more money than you gain in this industry. Okay, and the more patient you are, the more consistent your returns will be. Okay, right, so now we're getting into the real deal: mindset and discipline. Okay, the harsh truth: your trading strategy does not matter if you cannot control your emotions. Okay, in trading, fear and greed will destroy you. If you're impatient, the market will expose that. If you're greedy, the market will expose that. If you're fearful and you're fearful of missing out, the market will expose that. Okay, fear makes you hesitate when you should act, and it makes you chase and greed makes you chase the next big win after you should have been comfortable with what you just got. And that causes you to take unnecessary risks. It causes you to go against your risk management because there's a lot of emotion involved in this game. For some people, it might be gambling, but for you, it's educated risk, right? The best traders master their emotions. They trade with patience, discipline, and confidence, right? That's something I've had to develop over the past 4 years. They don't let one loss throw them off track. They stick to their strategy, no matter how tempting it is to change things up, to change their strategy, to change their plan. So some mental fixes, right? Making sure you go into the chart with a clear head, because as much as trading is about trading shapes your life in so many other areas, because it takes so many other areas for you to become a good trader. Mental fixes: exercise, making sure you get good nutrition, making sure you've got enough sleep so when you come onto the market, you're making informed decisions. Meditating, managing your emotions, right? Allowing yourself to feel emotions and not having to act on them. Reading, consistently developing your skill set so that you have a bank of knowledge. Going out into nature, taking some time to reconnect with yourself. You don't need to be on the charts 24/7. And also having a profession outside of trading, something else that keeps you going, because this can't be something that consumes your mind. Otherwise, you'll keep coming back to the chart, trying to trade, and end up blowing your accounts, right? You need to have something else going on outside of this. Me personally, I keep a journal. I keep a trading journal. I write down my thoughts before and after each trade. I manage my emotions. I can track my emotions. And this helps you reflect and learn from your mistakes so you don't actually repeat them in the future. Number 4. Step 4, right? Getting funded. So let's talk about the golden goal, which is getting funded. Once you've developed your winning strategy, once you've found your edge and you've gotten your mindset right, it's time to apply for a funded account, okay? But funded accounts aren't just handed to you. They're not just dropped in your lap. You have to prove that you can trade consistently, you can manage your risk and hit certain profit targets before a prop firm will grant you that live account, okay? How do you do that? Take a simple challenge based on your bank account size. Many prop firms offer these challenges, and you can trade a demo account with specific rules. So that might be 5% drawdown per day. That might be your profit target is 10%. That might be your overall drawdown is 10%. That might mean, you've got a minimum 4 trading days. There are certain rules. You just need to be equipped with the rules. So find a prop firm that works for you and your circumstances. And if you pass and they fund you, you take a profit split. So that might be 80% and they get 20%, or that might be 95% and they get 5%, right? It depends on the prop firm. And the key here is consistency. Okay, so you need to manage your risk well. You need to find A+ setups and strategies. You don't need to trade every day. You need to show that you can trade successfully over time, because one trade can be better than 50 trades, right? If you play it right. You don't want to just have one lucky win. You want to be consistently banking profits. And this is your stepping stone to financial freedom. This is the last stepping stone to financial freedom, provided you don't have the capital to put up yourself. Okay, so here are some popular prop firms. FTMO, which is one I've personally used a lot. Sendex Capital, Quantical, also one I've used a lot. Funded Next, and Atlas. Okay, some do's and don'ts. When you're looking for a prop firm, buy an account size you can afford to lose. Don't be trading with rent money. Don't be trading with money that you need and then blow your account, right? Make sure that you start, once you've got the basic knowledge, you feel like you're confident on the charts, and you've got the capital that you can literally put aside and not think anymore about it. Buy more than one if you can, because if you blow one, you'll have your psychology will be a bit more on the brighter side, knowing that you have another one to trade. Stick to proper risk management, speaks for itself. Trade sparingly. You don't want to be over trading or over leveraging. One trade can be better than 50, like I just said, as long as you do it right. Journal your trades, making sure that you reflect daily, and diversify your portfolio to hit 5-figure months. So one £10,000 funded account is not going to change your life. Maybe 5 or 6 might, right? 5 or 6 might, but one, don't get too excited at that point, right? Once you start seeing consistent profit, that's when you really, really want to start to hone in on diversifying your portfolio. Okay. So the last thing that is going to skyrocket your growth is having a mentor. Investing in mentorship, because mentorship equals sustainable growth, right? You can certainly learn a lot on your own. Don't get me wrong, you can learn a lot on your own, but having a mentor is the fastest path to consistent success, right? And I was trying to do so many things on my own for a long time. Then I got a mentor, and literally my growth skyrocketed in a matter of months, right? If I had got a mentor earlier on in my training game, I would have saved myself so much time, so much energy, so much money, most importantly. A mentor will help you accelerate your journey, right? Why do you actually need a mentor? They help you avoid common mistakes. They keep you accountable, right? Because they've been there, done that. Have you done this? Have you done that? They expand your knowledge by showing you what's actually worked for them. This has worked for me, and this is something you can implement into your own strategy. Having someone who's already walked the path will actually keep you grounded, push you to do better, and give you tailored advice, right? Personalized guidance, tailored advice for your unique strengths and weaknesses as a person, because trading will reflect your personality, and that's why it's very personalized, right? As much as it's a worldwide industry, it's very personalized. It's good to have a community. It's good to be around people who are doing the same thing as you, for you to go on that journey together, so you don't feel so isolated, because it can be a very isolating journey. Okay. Trust me, I can't stress enough how much my own mentor helped me go from a struggling trader to being a funded trader. And if you want sustainable growth, long-term success, get a mentor who has been there and done that. And number 6, you're a funded trader. Congratulations, right? You have the blueprint now. It's time to take massive action, right? It's actually time to take massive action. So practice, stay disciplined, keep learning, right? And the path to becoming a funded trader starts as that very first step. Don't let fear or hesitation stop you from living the life you know you need to live, okay? I've walked this path, and so can you. And it all comes down to mindset, strategy, consistent effort. And this is a marathon, not a sprint. And I'm so glad I embarked on this journey, okay? So what's next for you? You're going to take action right now. Like it says on the screen, take action right now. And if you're ready to level up, right, look at the description below, and I want you to book in a free strategy call. And literally all I will do on that strategy call is I'll personally guide you on how to start your trading journey and answer any questions you may have. So see the link in the description below, right, to get free training, to sign up, right? You can sign up to my free training or get access to my exclusive course materials and mentorship. And we can have a chat about how we can take you to the next level, okay? I will see you guys there.